UFC is back in NOLA, good old Nolans, for the first time in 10 years. Two legends at top of the card, but otherwise really not a good card on paper. But we did go perfect last week. Let's try and do it again this week. First fight of the night, we got Michael Johnson taking on Daniel Zellhuber. So Michael Johnson is 23 and 19, 15 and 15 in the UFC. Has fought a bunch of killers though. Daniel Zellhuber, 15 and 2. That is 3 and 2 in the UFC. Both these guys have won 3 of their last 5 fights. Michael Johnson getting up there, 39 years old. Daniel Zellhuber still just 26 years old. I didn't know which way to lean here. I ended up going with the over 1.5 rounds. It's minus 200. I'm throwing it in a parlay. I'll obviously get to it as we go. Michael Johnson has hit it in 5 of his last 7 fights, and Daniel Zellhuber's hit it in 6 straight fights. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I do think this fight goes long. I don't know if it goes the distance, but either way, feeling good about it going 7.5 minutes. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, you want a little off the top of that, take the over 2.5 at your own risk. It's minus 125, so you'd have to parlay it. Johnson's hit it in 3 of his last 5, and Zellhuber's hit it in 5 of his last 6. So it's definitely likely. If you want Daniel Zellhuber, but you want him at plus money, take him by decision. It's plus 160. 5 of his 15 pro wins have come by decision, including 2 of his 3 UFC wins. And Michael Johnson has lost by decision 7 times before. So definitely on the table here. And last but not least, call me crazy, dude, but I feel like Michael Johnson could be a live dog here. Plus 450, Michael Johnson money line. He's got almost twice the amount of UFC fights as Zellhuber has pro fights. He's fought a bunch of killers. Zellhuber also gets hit a lot, almost 6 strikes per minute. Michael Johnson hits fucking hard. I'm just saying, he could put his lights out here. Just saying. Next fight of the night, we got Dan Ige taking on Patricio Pitbull. So Ige is 19 and 9. That is 11 and 8 in the UFC. Pitbull is 36 and 8. That is 0 and 1 in the UFC. Ige has lost 3 of his last 5, but he is coming off of a nice win. Pitbull has also lost 3 of his last 5, coming off of a loss. Dan Ige, 33 years old. Pitbull just turned 38 years old last week. I'm riding with Dan Ige. Money line here, minus 162. I'm throwing it in a parlay. I'll get to it as we go. Ige, he's 5 years younger. He's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage. Also, he hits hard. 4 of his last 5 wins have come by KO. Pitbull was just KO'd a couple fights ago. Feel like this is a nice matchup for Ige. Get it done here. Let's fucking go. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, the over 2.5, it's kind of expensive at minus 275, but I think it probably does hit. Ige's hit it in 3 of his last 5, and he's hit it in 13 of his 19 UFC fights. Pitbull, on the other hand, has hit it in 6 of his last 7, and he did hit it in his lone UFC fight. If you guys do like Pitbull, take him by decision. Plus 275. 12 of his 36 pro wins have come by decision, and Dan Ige never been finished before. All 9 of his pro losses have come by decision. And if you want Dan Ige, but you want him at plus money, take him by knockout. Plus 325. 7 of his 19 pro wins have come by knockout, including 4 of his last 5 wins, like I mentioned. And Pitbull has been KO'd twice before, like I mentioned a couple fights ago as well. Next fight of the night, we got Kevin Holland taking on D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez. So Holland is 28 and 13 with 1 no contest. That is 15 and 10 with 1 no contest in the UFC across middleweight and welterweight. This fight will be at welterweight, where he is 6 and 3 in the UFC. D-Rod is 19 and 5. That is 9 and 4 in the UFC. Kevin Holland has won 3 of his last 5 fights. D-Rod has lost 3 of his last 5 fights. Kevin Holland's still just 32 years old. D-Rod getting up there, 38 years old. You know I'm riding with Big Mouth here. Kevin Holland money line minus 350. I'm parlaying it with the over 1.5 in Johnson Zellhuber and Dan Ige money line. Those 3 together get us plus 212. I like that parlay a lot. Kevin Holland, he's going to be 6 years younger here. He's going to have a 7-inch reach advantage. Also, fun fact, all 6 of his UFC welterweight wins came against guys over the age of 33. D-Rod, 38. Also, D-Rod kind of got rocked by Ponzinibbio in his last fight. I feel like D-Rod, It's an age thing because he's solid, but he's just getting a little too far up there. I like Kevin Holland to get it done here. I think he's got more ways to get it done. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is plus money, which in a D-Rod fight, that's pretty juicy. Plus 135. Holland's only hit it once in his last 5, but he has hit it in 12 of his 26 UFC fights, so almost half of them. D-Rod has hit it in 3 of his last 5, but he's hit it in 8 of his 13 UFC fights, so he definitely hits it a little more often. If you want Kevin Holland at plus money, take him by sub, plus 285. 9 of his 28 pro wins have come by sub, including 3 of his last 4 wins, and D-Rod has been subbed before. Totally on the table. And if you want Kevin Holland, little cheaper, not at plus money, minus 155, Holland by finish. Throw it in a parlay. 23 of his 28 pro wins have come by finish, and D-Rod has been finished twice before. Co-main event, we got Paulo Borrachinha Costa taking on Roman Kopylov. So Costa is 14-4, that is 6-4 in the UFC. Kopylov is 14-3, that is 6-3 in the UFC. Costa has lost 4 of his last 5. Kopylov has won 2 straight. Paulo Costa, 34 years old. Roman Kopylov, 33 years old. So I was a little torn what to take here. Didn't know what to go over, under. I don't know. I decided once looking at the odds, I'm riding with Borrachinha moneyline plus 225. Hear me out. He's lost 3 of his last 4. 2 of those 3 opponents are former champions, and the other was a former title challenger. The lone win in that span was a former champion. I mean, this guy's fighting the best of the best here, all top 10 fighters. Roman Kopylov did get 1 fight in the top 15 and lost that shit. So he hasn't beaten anyone in the top 15. Paulo Costa's been fighting the top tier last few years. I feel like this is finally a step down. Let's get a nice bounce back win here at plus 225. I'm loving it. Let's go, Paulo. If you guys are looking for anything else, take Roman Kopylov. You want him at plus money? Take him by knockout. Plus 350. 12 of his 14 pro wins have come by knockout, including 5 of his 6 UFC wins. And Costa's been KO'd before. I'm really surprised at the odds there. I feel like that's like pretty fat odds for something that's pretty likely. If you guys like the over 2.5, I don't really at this price, minus 200. You'd have to parlay it. Costa has hit it in 4 straight, and Kopylov has hit it in 2 straight. And last but not least, fight end by knockout is plus 150. 12 of Costa's 18 pro fights have ended by knockout, and 12 of Kopylov's 17 pro fights have ended by knockout. That is 69% combined. Main event, Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier 3. This is the trilogy, 13 years in the making. Their first fight was in 2012 at UFC 143. Dustin won by first round submission. Second fight, 2019 at UFC 236. Dustin won by unanimous decision, 49-46 on all 3 judges' scorecards. Max Holloway, 26-8. That is 22-8 in the UFC across featherweight and lightweight. This will be at lightweight where he is 1-1 in the UFC. Poirier, 30-9 with 1 no contest. That is 22-8 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Also across featherweight and lightweight, he is 14-5 with 1 no contest at lightweight, and he has stated this will be his retirement fight. Max Holloway has won 3 of his last 5, but is coming off of his first career knockout loss. Poirier has alternated wins and losses in his last 6, all of them ending by finish. Max Holloway is still 33 years old. Dustin, 36 years old. I mean, you got to ride with Dustin Poirier. Money line here. Plus money, plus 115. I mean, I do like Max in this fight, but Poirier is already 2-0 against him. He's going to have a 3-inch reach advantage. This is a hometown fight, and if he's truly retiring, he should leave it all in the cage. I feel like this is like, all the signs are pointing to Poirier. Why not? He does always come up short in the big moment, but like, this isn't that big of a moment. It's just, you're just headlining your hometown. Come on. You got this, Poirier. Let's fucking go. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is minus 300, so you'd have to parlay it. Holloway's hit it in 15 of his last 17 fights, but Poirier's only hit it once in his last 7 fights. The under 4.5 is plus 135. I like it a lot. Holloway's hit it in 7 of his 16 5-rounders in the UFC. Poirier's hit it in 11 of his 13 5-rounders in the UFC. And last but not least, Max by decision, plus 195. 12 of his 26 pro wins have come by decision. Poirier's lost by decision before.
I'm worth 100,000 like Woodrow. When a ball call me Wilson, going overboard at the Hilton.